Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Stop Lounge. This is episode number 28. It is the final episode of this season of the Pit Stop Lounge, and we are your hosts, Jan and Malcolm. Now, guys, before we begin today's episode,
Yeah,
sincere apologies for the delay of this episode because we intended that this episode was scheduled to be released a week after Abu Dhabi, but unfortunately both of us got really sick. First
yes,
was Malcolm.
yeah,
You had
and
a
I
really
still
nasty cold.
and I still am, to be honest. I mean, not entirely as bad as I
Yeah,
was, but bro, I had a cold from a cold to a cold to another cold, three
yeah.
colds in a row. I had bronchitis as well, and I didn't even know
Ah,
I
yeah,
had bronchitis,
exactly.
which was
No,
crazy.
no, yes, and say with me as well because Malcolm got sick in the first week, and then during the Christmas week, I got sick, and but luckily, I managed to recover just before Christmas, thankfully. So I managed to see my family and my family relatives, and also got to hang out with my friends as well. But yeah, right now, we had a really nasty cold, both of us, unfortunately.
There's a lot of illness here around Malta. There's a lot
Yeah.
of
In
illness.
Malta right now, obviously winter has just got underway. The temperature has dropped drastically. The weather has also been quite unstable as well during the past few days. Half the country is pretty much sick, and and both of us turn out to be the unlucky ones. And we're
We're
still
we're,
not a
we're
hundred.
among we're amongst the half.
Yeah, we're
We're
amongst the
amongst the
half, unfortunately, and to be completely
sorry.
honest, we are still not 100% recovered yet. As you can see, Malcolm
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
looking
coughing
at the best of shape.
uncontrollably, bro.
And with regards to me, my cold hasn't gone away 100% as well because but guys, we are going to be soldiering through this episode as per usual.
Yes,
Um,
listen, it's right at the end of the year, so it's only right that we
yeah,
do it. We're better
yeah,
than we were, so yeah,
yeah, absolutely,
we're just in time. We're just in time at
yeah,
least.
perfect. Guys, hope you had a great Christmas and
Yes.
hopefully you're looking forward to the start of a brand new year for 2025. Bro, how are you first of all and how was your Christmas?
Well, apart from still recovering from my third cold in a row, I had a pretty lovely Christmas. I had a lovely run going into Christmas. I went out with my colleagues, with friends of mine. We went to Boozy Bingo last Saturday, by the way.
Yeah,
He did the shot bet.
yeah,
He
we
did
did
the
it.
shot
I did
bet.
it. I did it.
And it's safe to say you got a little wasted. I
Yeah,
mean, come
I
on.
yeah,
You got a little wasted.
I didn't got I didn't got listen, I wasn't like a
You were
it
dizzy
wasn't
for
like the
sure.
worst.
You were dizzy
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
was dizzy. Yeah, definitely I was dizzy. Yeah, listen, I was dizzy, I was tipsy, but it wasn't like the worst. But listen, like it wasn't like the worst. It was like the worst hangover I had basically. Or like it wasn't like the it was like the most day I got drunk the most day. But no, yeah, but like guys, listen, I had to take the shot, I lost the bet, and I took it like a champ basically.
And
So
listen. I did it with him. I did it with him
yeah, we
because
shared together because that was my first party in a very long while. It was also the first time that that I consumed like a fair amount of alcohol as well, because obviously for my workout routines and the training and the amount of training sessions I had during the entire year. But it was a great time. It was a great
that was
time
a great night. I mean, it
actually.
was a great night actually.
Yeah, definitely,
Um,
definitely.
other than that, pardon me. Other than
Yeah,
that, it was a great. We had a great Christmas. The family came over and such. Other than that, events. Last Saturday
yeah,
we went out. Now tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and
yeah,
from Wednesday we start another year.
yeah.
We'll see how it
Perfect.
goes. Hoping for a good year, hoping for a great year, and I wish everyone, even though we're gonna say at the end of the video, I already wish everyone that's watching
Yeah,
this a happy new year.
yeah. Same here as well.
How are you, bro? You good?
I was a little bit worried that I was gonna be sick during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but thank goodness, I managed to do like a decent. I managed to have a decent recovery. But unfortunately, like during the week, had made contact with a bunch of people that were sick. So my cold just got a little bit
Damn.
I got a little bit worse. But today I'm much better than the last 2 days. So for that,
Good.
that's good. No, same here. Had a lovely Christmas. Met some of my family relatives. It was. I mean, listen, Christmas is always a great time to be with your family
Always.
relatives and
Always.
to do some well needed catch up as well. Obviously, the food. I ate the shit. out
Lovely.
of those first 2 days. So
Lovely.
that was
Lovely.
great.
Lovely.
And I somehow dropped down in weight, which is very very weird for me. But
Listen, bro,
yeah,
I'm not gonna laugh at you because I feel like I've been eating more and people are
yeah.
telling me that I'm getting slimmer.
Yeah, very, very weird.
I don't know how though.
I can't understand why. I mean,
Every time they tell me, Malcolm, you're getting a bit thinner.
yeah,
I tell them, bro, I'm eating more. How?
yeah. I mean,
Is now more is less instead of less is more? I don't get it.
apparently so.
I don't get
Apparently so.
it.
I mean, to the defense of this, I actually did 3 workout sessions during that after Christmas. So maybe that was a result of the weight loss. But no, we move as per usual. Looking forward for another year.
Yeah.
But bro, we have an episode to talk about. We have the predictions to talk about, and before we get into that, guys, make sure to follow us on our socials as per usual: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It
Yeet.
doesn't matter if it's the last episode of the season, guys. This is your first time listening to this podcast. Make sure to follow us on our socials. Spotify listeners, hit us up with a rating. Let us know let us know your thoughts on each poll we publish on every single episode. It really really appreciate your support on
Yeah.
this regard.
Yeet.
Bro, let's get into today's episode. We have some news of the track, and that it concerns Red Bull and Racing Bull. And we're gonna have to talk about Sergio Perez first. We said that Perez was under pressure, that there would be a chance of him of losing his seat come the 2025 season, and unfortunately, he has paid the price. He has lost his seat. He has left Red Bull with immediate effect, despite signing a 2-year contract. And bro, it's been coming.
It has been coming, yes.
It's been coming. Perez has had a really poor season. And unlike last season where he got some race wins, it only took him just a couple of races to just
This year.
to hit the slump. Basically,
Yeah.
he pretty much opened the door for Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes for the constructors' title.
What was it this year? What
Just
was it
had a
this
poor
year?
season.
We'll get to the predictions later on, but last year I remember it was around last season it was around Monaco last year
Yeah,
where he started with the second that people were starting to mention his name in the title fight with Verstappen.
yeah,
That's where we started to dwindle down. First he had the crash in Monaco, and then it went downhill from there. This year I believe it was from the third race, fourth,
I believe third or fourth race. Yeah,
third or
definitely.
fourth race, I believe. So
Yeah,
even earlier, much earlier this year, he's had a very poor season. Red Bull were really reluctant, in my opinion, to remove him.
yeah,
To, purely for the fact because of his sponsor money with KitKat.
yeah,
Finally, he's going to get his break.
yeah.
Funny enough, and
A very long break is gonna take now, I think,
and listen,
because
I believe. Listen, if I saw somewhere correctly, he's in contact with Ferrari, for the World Endurance Championships, if I'm not
oh,
mistaken.
for the endurance. I mean, that might be a possibility. Yeah, because
No, no,
we've had many.
you thought for the Formula One team, didn't you?
No, yeah. At first I was like, at first I was like, the fuck's he talking
I see
about?
the
Yeah,
reaction.
basically. But
I see the reaction. Oh
but the for an endurance move kind of makes sense.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
He
we've
was.
seen a lot of drivers
If I
getting
saw, I
different
believe I
points.
saw it somewhere that he's in negotiations with the Ferrari endurance team to participate for them in the Le Mans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now, listen, I clap Sergio Perez off. For me, he's
yeah.
been a great diver. Even though he had a stinker of a season, this was his worst season, I believe. I
I
believe this was his worst.
For Red Bull, definitely, yeah, because let's not forget he was also with Racing Point and with Sauber the seasons
Yeah,
before, so we
but
can't really.
but he didn't really have the car, but the talent was there.
Even he was with us
This
as
year,
well.
huh?
He had 1 season with us as well.
So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, with McLaren.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it 2014, 15, 13? I believe. What was it?
2013, 2013,
2013. Yeah.
2013.
So he's been a great driver for the sport, in my opinion. He's been
Yeah,
a great number two. Not the best number two, but he's been a great number two.
yeah,
And we wish him all the best. Unfortunately, it has been coming.
yeah.
And listen, I clap him off. I have huge amounts of respect for him because he took the
Uh,
decision himself. He wasn't
yeah, it was
fired.
a
He wasn't
no, no,
fired.
but I believe it was also a mutual agreement between him and
Yeah,
Christian Horner as well. So it
yeah,
was not just him that made the decision. But I think with Sergio Perez, it's a shame because he just didn't seem to shake off his recent form. He just kept on his season just kept on sinking to new lows every single race, and even just the last race of the season. That is like the worst possible way to bow out in Formula One.
And that is
Yeah,
another driver. I'm checking. I dropped a piece of paper. Oh, there it is. Okay, that is another driver. Pardon me. That is another driver, another teammate of Max Verstappen that has been shipped out.
yeah,
What was it now?
exactly.
Since 2016
Yeah,
with
there was
Max
Pierre
Verstappen.
Gasly, obviously. I think he's a third driver now. And bro, if we're speaking about second drivers, his replacement is unfortunately the news that we all feared was gonna happen, and that is Liam Lawson. And now, bro, obviously, we wish him all the best.
Of course, absolutely, absolutely.
We never want someone to fail right from the bat. But bro, the reaction online is a lot of people are not happy with this news, and you are especially one of them.
I
I
spent.
think Listen, Red Bull just don't know how to choose second drivers, in my opinion, because the door, Yuki Tsunoda's destiny was in hands over there, and I have no idea why they didn't go for him, in my opinion.
I've mentioned this many times in the
Yeah,
podcast. I've mentioned this many times that the seat, that second seat, if Perez leaves, which eventually he left, I believe Tsunoda has done more than enough to grant him a chance at Red Bull. They opted for Liam Lawson. To me, it's an absolutely ridiculous decision,
yeah,
but I didn't understand it at first. I still don't understand it now, but I was watching a video on YouTube just the other day, and there was a person in the comments here, and he made a pretty interesting point. He said that Tsunoda is good enough, but Red Bull opted for Liam Lawson because Red Bull are no longer using the Honda engine.
from 2026 exactly.
Honda is a Japanese manufacturer. Tsunoda is a Japanese driver. So what they're gonna use? Ford?
I believe Ford,
Ford,
Honda
yeah.
are going to be used by Aston Martin if I'm not mistaken.
So
Yeah,
to me,
interesting.
that person that made that comment made a very interesting point, which furthers our point that nowadays Formula One is more of a brand than a sport
Yeah,
that is based on merit.
basically, Christian Horner himself said it during an end of season media launch that that I think one of the reasons why they overlooked Yuki was because of that Honda, because of Honda
There you go.
leaving Red Bull
There
basically.
you go.
And he also said that he might that that he recommended Yuki to consider other opportunities beyond 2025.
That's
So
crazy,
that,
bro.
listen, might be a switch to Aston Martin in the future. We still don't know, obviously, but I'm going back to Liam Lawson, bro. Um, I have no idea what Liam did to to get the Red Bull seat.
Should
Listen, his two super sub appearances during the season and the one before. He 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 did a decent job, yes, to be fair, but nothing too spectacular to grant him the second Red Bull seat. So yeah, I can't understand why they went for Liam Lawson.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah. This may be ludicrous, what I'm about to say, but can we call Liam Lawson lucky?
Time will tell. Only time will tell.
Can we call him lucky? Because look at how the events transpired when he
Yeah,
first made his debut last season,
and even this season,
and
especially. I
even
mean,
the season as
With
well.
Ricardo leaving, with
Where
Ricardo getting
and Ricardo had to leave because he was really poor.
yeah.
So
With that, yes, he was
should
lucky, but for next season, I would wait to see if he's lucky or not, because let's face it, if he's gonna be having another Pierre Gasly situation, that would probably be Yuki's only chance to take the second Red Bull seat.
and I think they
Probably
still
is that the
wouldn't
only
accept him.
chance.
I still think Red Bull wouldn't take him.
I don't think so. I disagree.
The only viable reason I would give for Red Bull not choosing Sonoda is because they may think that Sonoda's personality and Verstappen's personalities would clash as teammates.
Mm,
That's the only
might be.
viable reason I could give. Other than that, it's complete bullshit. Excuse my language, But to me, it's
But
complete bullshit that they chose Tsunoda over Lawson.
but listen,
Sorry, Lawson over Tsunoda.
but listen, I don't think Yuki and Max have like a personality clash between them. They're always they're always there always seems to be there always seems to be like a good
Yeah, I mean, listen,
respect towards one and the
bro,
other.
listen, bro. I mean, when you see the videos on YouTube when they do these events for Red
Yeah,
Bull,
yeah,
they
yeah,
get
yeah.
along just well. Yeah, oh, that's all well and good.
I'm not
I mean,
referring to those events only. I mean, but
on track, they shouldn't have an issue. I mean, Red Bull is up far ahead, and Racing Bulls are in the middle pack, so they shouldn't have any issues there. But once they're teammates, Tsunoda's a hothead. We know he's a hothead.
yeah.
Verstappen, when things go his way, he's another hothead. So to have two hotheads in your team is probably not viable.
Yeah, on paper it looks like a recipe of madhouse proportions
To
basically.
me, to me,
But
to me, to me, it's like a double-edged knife.
yeah, yeah,
It's a
double edged sword,
double-edged
double edged
knife.
sword, double edged sword,
Double-edged
double
sword.
edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. So I still don't agree, but don't you, at the end of the day, you need to have your best drivers on the team as well.
Yeah, but I
It's
think
a bro. It's a lot of complications.
yeah, it's a very complex situation basically.
Jesus Christ.
But no, look, I'm on the same fence as yours, bro. I'm not. For me, Yuki should have got that seat and not Liam Lawson because I don't. Because listen, yes, Liam Lawson had that new driver bounce towards the first few, maybe the first two races during the season. Yes, he didn't had a lot of time to show his talent and to prove himself, basically. But you can see the reaction online, bro. A lot of people are not happy with this decision,
And listen, rightfully so.
and rightfully so. Even both of us aren't too pleased. But listen, as we said before, we wish him all the best.
Absolutely.
We do not want to give this guy a bad reputation,
I
or
hope.
to give this guy or to
Listen.
give up on them.
Listen. I hope he doesn't. He doesn't have a Gasly.
No, let's hope so. Listen. Let's hope he has a successful stint at Red Bull. But considering the past few seasons of the second driver performances at Red Bull, I'm not too confident with Liam. And for me, if again, if he has another Pierre Gasly situation next season, I wouldn't be surprised if Helmut Marko calls Yuki or else Isack Hadjar to get that Red Bull second seat because in Liam Lawson's replacement for Racing Bulls is Isack Hadjar, obviously very highly rated driver. He's the reserve driver for Red Bull. He just finished he just finished as the runner-up for this season's Formula 2 championship. He drives for Campos. And bro, he is a French and Algerian racing driver. He's as I said before, very highly rated. He began his career in go karts, age 7. I mean, most Formula One drivers start at go karts before getting into the
It's
Formula
getting a
Two,
bit
3,
dark
2,
in here.
and 1 seats. Yeah, you should switch on your light.
Yeah, that's what I did,
It's
but it's getting a bit dark.
it's very dark. Yeah.
Let me
Um,
see if I can. Keep going, bro. Keep going.
Yeah. No, as I said, guys, he started his career in go-karts, like many Formula One drivers have done in the past. He finished third in the F4 Championship back in 2020. Obviously, he made his progression towards Formula 3 in 2022, then into Formula 2 in 2023. Basically, finishing runner-up, as I said, to Gabriel Bortoleto the following season with the Campos Racing team. And bro, this guy is very highly rated. He has been nicknamed the Le Petit Prost in French media,
Wow.
and now he is getting that Racing Bull seat in 2025, and that is another rookie heading into Formula One next season. We have a
Well,
shit
a
ton of
whole,
rookies,
yeah,
bro,
we have a whole
due for
bunch of
next season.
rookies and to look out for.
Yeah,
I mean, we have. I mean,
Jack Doohan.
first of all.
Yeah,
I wish Isaac Hadjar all the best. I think it's a pretty good recruitment for
yeah.
Racing Bulls.
It is the right decision, I think, because I
It
think
is.
bro, I think that it was inevitable. It was their first choice.
But you mentioned something right before mentioning Isaac Hadjar to Racing Bulls. That if Liam Lawson doesn't perform,
Yeah,
they might replace him with Isaac Hadjar.
or Yuki Tsunoda, either one of the two.
If
Right?
they choose, I don't know what Yuki does.
He should retire. He should retire straight away if that happens. I mean,
No,
poor,
bro,
you got to feel
because
for him.
because he has no chance. But that's not
No.
the whole point. That's not the whole point. We keep going. Now, as you mentioned, we're gonna have a lot of rookies next year. Jack Doohan, Gabriel Bortoletto, Isack
Oliver
Hadjar,
Behrman, Oliver
Oliver
Behrman,
Behrman. But the most one
the
that's gonna
biggest
be
one.
the biggest one that's gonna be really watched is Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, Antonelli,
He's
obviously.
gonna have
He's
the
the one
most
on the
pressure.
radar.
And I
Yeah.
believe Kimi Antonelli, where did he finish? Fifth?
He finished in the top five, definitely.
He
I mean,
finished fifth.
in the
Is he
Formula 2
is he is
Championship,
he
yeah.
is he the worst of the bunch
You could say so, but listen,
in terms of where they finished on the table? In terms
but
of where they
listen,
finished
what
in terms of
happens in
points?
Formula 2, it doesn't reflect on what happens in Formula 1. If this guy,
Absolutely.
if teams see huge potential with these rookies, then so be it, basically. But yeah, no, with Isack Hadjar, I think this was inevitable that Racing Bulls were going to be choosing a rookie, especially someone from the Red Bull Junior program, from the junior program team. Even more considering they went for a reserve driver, and Isack Hadjar was their first choice. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't think. I don't think that we're gonna go for someone like Bottas or Zhou Guan Yu,
Nah,
maybe.
nah.
I think Isack Hadjar was their first choice, and they went and they went for and they've gone
Hope
with
he
that
does well
decision
though.
basically.
Hope he does well.
Listen, yeah, hoping for
I
the
think it's a
best
good recruitment
for
from
Isaac.
Racing Bulls.
Yeah, listen, like the four other rookies heading into next season, he's a rough diamond. He's a rough diamond that needs a lot of polishing, but um, unlike Kimi Antonelli, I don't think he's going to have a lot.
No.
He's not going to have the same amount of pressure as Kimi is going to have. But
The pressure is always there. Pressure is always there. But Kimmy, he's gonna feel like Tupac Shakur. All eyes on me. That's
yeah,
how Kimmy
yeah,
Antonelli is gonna feel
definitely,
like.
definitely.
All eyes are on
Poor
him.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all eyes gonna be on him because of the
but
Mercedes pressure,
no, yeah,
pardon me,
yeah,
especially replacing a seven-time world champion in Lewis Hamilton.
yeah. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. No, but wrapping our thoughts on Hadjar. Excited for him. I think he's very highly rated. I mean, his accolades in the past speak for themselves. I mean, if he's nicknamed La Petite Frost,
that's a pretty cool
um,
nickname.
that a pretty cool nickname, yeah.
Pretty cool.
You know, if he's nicknamed that way, there's, I mean, we're gonna see some really really exciting up for on the grid for next season. And
Pretty
listen,
exciting next season already. Pretty
as
exciting.
I said before, guys, if he impresses like Pierre Gasly levels for the team, no surprise he gets that Red Bull second seat over Liam Lawson next season or the one after. But listen, I'm not gonna give up on Liam Lawson straight away. I wish him all the best as well, just like Hajar previously. But we'll see how it goes for next season. I mean, obviously
Exactly.
those first few months are gonna be crucial for
Yeah.
both teams, basically. All right, guys.
And you, by the way, you
Actually,
mentioned Bottas, yeah?
no,
Bottas.
we actually forgot. We actually forgot about Valtteri Bottas. Yes, guys, Valtteri Bottas is now heading to Mercedes as the reserve driver. It makes sense as a move,
It's a
but
homecoming for him.
it's a
It's a
homecoming
homecoming.
for him. It's a
And
welcoming
I like how they did the announcement. You know,
yeah,
they did like a silhouette of sorts with the mullet and the mustache,
yeah, exactly.
which is easily recognizable. So that's pretty nice for Bottas to rejoin Mercedes as a reserve driver, and it's a homecoming for him.
Yeah, it's a homecoming, but at the same time,
and
at the
listen,
same,
and
sorry.
listen, pardon me, and listen, this is gonna really benefit someone like Kimi Antonelli
Yeah, definitely,
because
100%. I think
Bottas has the expertise. He's very experienced. He knows the the Mercedes surroundings. So that's gonna really benefit. So unless Kimi
yeah.
Antonelli is like a sponge to Valtteri Bottas and it just absorbs information from him, if he does that, that's gonna really benefit him.
Definitely. And listen, although I will be missing Bottas next season
Absolutely, yeah.
in the drivers lineup, I think someone, as you mentioned, someone like Kimi Antonelli is going to need that experience
Yeah,
from Bottas, and I think this move makes a whole lot of sense. So yeah,
absolutely.
excited to see him back. A welcoming sight to see him once again back in Mercedes, and wishing him all the best, basically,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
next year. All right, guys, let's get into the meat of this episode. We are today obviously gonna be taking a look back at at the 2024 season, and with that, we're gonna be also be looking at our predictions. Now, bro, looking back, most of them we got them spot on, but
Yeah,
there were a
but
few of
yeah, yeah,
them
we had some blunders.
absolute howlers. Yeah,
Yeah, bro,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah. But some of them, I mean, throughout the
yeah,
season, we were ridiculing them, but
yeah.
others, we got them right. We got them right. I think as a
It's
season
been a
as a
good
whole,
season. It's been a good season.
very, very awesome
Very good
season.
season. Yeah, a
Way better.
great
We
season.
listen. We went into the season. Oh my god, pardon me. Jesus
Had a bad
Christ.
had a bad one there, bro.
What was I saying? Okay.
Looking back at the season.
Overall, looking back at the season, we started off the season thinking that it's going to be a repeat of 2023.
Yeah.
It turns out it was nothing like it. First two
No, no.
races, yeah, I mean Verstappen dominating, Red Bull dominating and such. But from the third round from Australia onwards,
That was a turning point.
Verstappen retiring from that race on the first second lap, I believe. That's all we had. That's what all we needed to know. That was the sign that we were in for a great season,
Yeah,
and we had to
definitely.
know it at Max Verstappen's expense by his car failing.
Definitely. I mean, that for me was the turning point of the entire season because we said before the season opener, bro, we said that although Red Bull were not going to be winning every single race, we expected that they were going to dominate once again,
Yeah,
and not only we got that wrong, bro, but we got a whole bunch of different race winners during the season. I
yeah.
mean, coming mostly
What
from
was
both of
that?
our teams.
What's that like? I mean, yeah, both of our teams. Mercedes won the races as well.
Both with Russell and Hamilton, but
Yeah,
with
exactly.
both.
All the drivers, all the drivers. I don't think Perez won a race. No, Perez didn't
Perez
win a race.
didn't win a single race. But I mean, both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri won a race. Russell and Hamilton,
Four,
Max obviously,
five,
and
seven different race winners, bro.
Sainz and Leclerc. We had seven different race winners.
Seven
It was
different
a
race.
great season.
I think that's the most in the season. No, is it?
Um, I believe it's the same as
Is that the most in
2012.
the season?
But I think it's in the most, but I think it's on the same par as 2012 because remember 2012 when there were like six different race winners. I mean
Yeah,
Pastor Maldonado won a race and during that
yeah.
season because
That
to
was
see
in
how
Spain.
wide that season
That
was.
was in Spain, and he
Yeah,
started
just
on pole that race
yeah,
in a
absolutely.
fucking Williams.
Yeah. No, but going back to the season, bro, thank goodness, thank God that it wasn't the one it wasn't
It wasn't one.
it was
One
not
team
it
season.
wasn't a one team season like
One team show.
2023 where a one team show, yeah, like 2023. So thankfully we had a very thrilling season. We had a lot of blockbuster races, bro, to be fair.
Absolutely,
um
absolutely,
in the end, yes, Max won his fourth world title, but it was far from smooth for him. Part
absolutely.
of that was because both McLaren and Ferrari um, had fantastic seasons. All three teams were very competitive amongst each other. They did the necessary upgrades. They learned from their mistakes from last season, both for McLaren and Ferrari.
Yeah,
And also the fact that Sergio Perez, as I said, opened the door because of his very poor performances for the constructors' title. And in the end, Red Bull lost the constructors' title, but with Max Verstappen, he got his fourth world title in the bag. He did win. He obviously won a lot of races, but obviously not as last season. But but that's exactly what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna be taking a look at each season, at every single team and how their drivers fared. During the season, we're gonna do this alphabetically. We're gonna start with Alpine and end it with Williams. And bro, we have a lot to talk about with all 10 teams. So strap yourselves in, guys.
what didn't happen? Okay, we're gonna start with Alpine. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
no. So, guys, strap yourselves in. This is the perfect time to tell you that if this is your first time listening to this podcast, make sure to follow us on our socials: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. Let us know your thoughts on every single episode. On every single episode, yes. All right, bro. Let's start with Alpine. We said they were gonna finish eighth. We also said that both drivers were going to finish lower than mid-table. Early on in the season, we weren't too optimistic, especially with that god awful livery.
Yeah.
And bro, they had a very difficult season. A lot of changes up front. Bruno
Flavio, Ber-
Famin,
Flavio Briatore
Famin,
coming back.
Xavi Briatore coming back, Bruno Famin leaving after Spa, and with having a lot of changes up top. It was a very difficult season for Alpine. Their car was underperforming massively. It was at times it was the slowest car on the grid during the first half of the season. However, post Spa Francorchamps, they made a fantastic recovery, especially Brazil, Interlagos, and with that, and thanks to their purple patch performances from Pierre Gasly in particular, they finished
Especially in the last part of the season.
the last part of the season. They finished in sixth
Yeah.
place, which for them is fantastic because not only they got a huge sum of money in their bank, but they
That's 50
also
million in the bank for them.
that's
50 million, I
not only
believe.
yeah, exactly, not only 50 million in the bank, but um they also managed to overcome Haas, Williams, Racing Bulls, and even Sauber. They finished the season with 65 points. And bro,
which
we
I
said
which
that
which I believe we said all those teams. I mean Williams especially. We
yeah,
mentioned that Williams were gonna finish above Alpine. No,
definitely. We said we were going to finish in seventh. Spoiler alert, by the way.
sorry.
But we said that both Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon would be finishing lower mid-table. But we got one of them spot on, but not with Pierre Gasly. Thanks to his purple patch form. Post Interlagos, he finished the season in 10th place with 42
Absolutely.
points. Esteban
Yeah.
Ocon finished 14th with 23 points. Not a great season, not a great final season for him because now obviously he has switched to Haas. But bro, despite their issues of the track and even on the track, sixth place is a great result for Alpine. What
Absolutely.
do you think?
Absolutely. Listen, they didn't start the season well as
No,
expected. They
terribly,
had
terribly.
they started the season terribly. They had a lot of changes throughout. But it was that performance at Interlagos right at the end of the season that switched their fortunes around. That second and third place finishes by Gasly and Ocon respectively.
Yeah,
They really they really needed that. They really needed that and that really lifted them. And also Gasly, the last parts of the season, he was solid. He
he
was
took
really
leadership.
solid.
He took
He
leadership in
was
the
solid
team.
by both qualifying and both in the races. In
Yeah,
qualifying, for example, we take Las Vegas. He finished third in quali.
but
No, didn't he?
even but
Didn't
even
he?
before but even before Las Vegas, Alpine, specifically Pierre Gasly, were making it into Q3.
Q3, yeah.
So this was, I mean, obviously the Interlagos result was a huge surprise. Not a single person predicted that they were gonna finish the podium places, but that second half of the season, that change up top, especially with Bruno Famin leaving, that for me is when is when their season changed.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
also Alpine, especially Pierre Gasly, hold a very special, can you call it accolade? I'm gonna call it an accolade.
yeah,
And that is Pierre Gasly is the first driver ever to finish a season with zero damages.
yes. Not a single scratch on the car. I mean,
Not a single. He
Williams
had
take note.
retirements. He had retirements. He had retirements with the car, but
Yeah,
him actually damaging the car, like breaking the front wing,
yeah,
breaking the mirror, rear wing, stuff like that.
not even
Gasly
once.
didn't have a single car accident.
Williams take note.
Please, please,
Williams take note for next season.
please.
Absolutely.
Especially this season. So listen, shout to Pierre Gasly, and if I had to pick a driver of the year, he's
Not
right.
him. Not him. No, no,
Listen,
not
the
him. Not
fact
him.
for
Not
the no
him.
no no
No.
no no, I'm not gonna pick him. I'm not gonna pick him. But for me, he deserves a shout.
He should be in that rally, but he's not driver of the year. Absolutely
No
not.
no no, he's not. He's not. But for me, he deserves a shout.
Um, as for Esteban Ocon, bro, not a great season for
No.
him. Not the best way for him to call time for his time at Alpine. Um, he obviously He had relationship issues with Pierre Gasly also,
Which we saw in Monaco.
we saw Monaco.
We saw in Monaco.
And I'm fearing as well that the same is going to happen to him with Haas, with Oliver Behrman, but
Yeah.
that is a discussion for another day. Um, Pierre Gasly really saved Alpine's ass for this season,
Absolutely.
bro. If I would give an overall summary for Alpine, um,
Who
because
wins? So all right. So let's say this. Let's choose who wins between teammates, shall we?
yeah, for this one it's Pierre
It's an
Gasly.
easy, it's an easy win. No, we're gonna do it
It's a
for all the teams.
no-brainer.
No, we'll do it for all the teams. We'll
Yeah,
do it for all the
definitely.
teams.
Yeah, definitely. But but with Alpine, bro. I mean, I'm this. I have the same thoughts as you have, basically. Really difficult season for them overall. During the first half, they were severely underperforming. I
They
mean,
were garbage.
that Alpine was a spy on wheels, literally. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't even making it to Q1. It was the slowest car on the grid during some races, but that second half of the season, post Spa-Francorchamps, is what really is what is when their season absolutely changed for the better.
And listen. Now the future is looking brighter for
It's
Alpine
looking, yeah, it is looking
because
bright.
apart from the strong end to the season that they had, they'll be switching engines from I believe next season or 2 seasons more.
I believe the one after. I believe for 2026. I believe.
They'll
Yeah.
be moving to Mercedes engines, so the future for Alpine is looking bright for them.
Yeah, definitely. No, and let's hope. No, listen. Obviously, let's hope for next season that they start on the right foot, unlike the season. But we'll be waiting for next season to see how that unfolds. So, bro, um, sixth place for Alpine. We predict that we're going to be finishing in eighth. Out of 10, hmm,
I'm gonna give
I think it's a 7. I think it's a 7 out of 10. I think.
I was gonna give him a 6.
No,
I was gonna give him
no.
a 6.
For me, I'll give them a 7 because the fact that they finish ahead because the fact that they finish ahead of the lower ranked teams, for me, that for me is a win for them. So, and even that Interlagos, that was spectacular. Though I mean,
I'm
second
gonna
out
go.
of 10.
I'm gonna go with a 6.5.
All right, fair enough. We'll
I'm gonna
give
go
that
with a
six.
6.5.
We'll give that 6.5,
No,
a
you can
6.5
keep
or
it. You can
7
keep
out
a
of 10.
rating. You can give you a rating. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give him a 6.5.
I'll go with a 7 then. I'll go with a 7. I'll go with a 7 out of 10. So yeah, that's Alpine. Terrible first half of the season. Excellent second half of the season. That Interlagos result has absolutely saved their season.
Yeah.
And let's hope they have more similar results that they had in Brazil for next season. So
Yeah.
let's wait for there. Up next, Aston Martin. We said fifth. They did finish fifth.
Yeah.
Alonso, we predicted that Alonso was going to finish in the top 10, and he did finish in the top 10. He finished in ninth. We also said that Lance Stroll was going to finish in the top 10. That was an absolute howler, wasn't it?
No.
13th place for him,
Absolutely.
13th with 24 points. And with the constructors, they did finish fifth, but they finished with 94 points, way behind Mercedes in
I'm gonna
fourth.
be
The
honest,
margins in gap
bro.
was the
Listen.
margins in gap. Hang on a minute, bro. The
Oh,
margin,
sorry.
the gap between Mercedes and Aston Martin was pretty significant, bro. But bro, I'm gonna be honest, not a
I'm
great
very
season.
disappointed.
Disappointing season for Aston
Very
Martin.
disappointed.
Expected much better for them, to be
Last
honest.
season, at least Aston Martin at the beginning of the season, they were challenging Red Bull. They didn't even challenge for a win at all this year.
No, I mean
They were
last season they had a podium. They had podium places. They had
they had,
podiums with
and they
Alonso.
were trying to challenge for wins, especially with Alonso and his performance in Monaco
Yeah,
last season. This year, they were nowhere near.
near it. Nowhere near it. Nowhere
Nowhere
near it.
near. Especially after the announcement that Adrian Newey is going to join them, even though it's going to take effect from next year. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that. And we thought going into this year, maybe Aston Martin can rebuild themselves, can try again,
Yeah.
mount up a semi decent challenge. They were nowhere to be seen. Alonso at the end of the season, it was like the old Alonso from his McLaren days on the radio.
GP2 vibes all over again.
He was giving them
Yeah.
vibes on the radio. So is it really that bad? It was that bad. It was that bad. And for me, it was very disappointing from Aston Martin this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Listen, with Lance Stroll, I'm not too surprised because we know
Yeah.
how he's a driver.
I
And
mean,
also,
we bashed them all season.
we've been bashing Lance Stroll for all season basically, and now his contract extension is fucking ludicrous. I'm sorry. I mean, we've already said that,
We already know the reason.
but with Aston Martin, I think they wanted to rely a lot on Fernando Alonso, and understandably, because he is a fantastic he's a fantastic
For me, he's one of the
fantastic
greats.
servant. He's a fantastic servant to the sport. He's
He's
obviously
a legend in the
the
sport, no doubt.
veteran of the entire lineup.
Yeah.
But even him, he was struggling, and he was underperforming in a lot of races this season. Yes, he did get a lot of top 10 finishes during the season, but like you said, bro, nowhere near the performances of last season. Basically, I mean, I
Yeah.
remember during the first half of the season of last season, Alonso was getting into the podium places, third place there, second place there. Obviously, the second half of the season they hit a
But
cliff, basically. But
but we expected them, or at least most of us expected that Aston Martin were gonna take those lessons, they're gonna take those setbacks that they had from the 2023
yeah,
season. Coming into 2024, they're gonna come back rejuvenated.
nope,
No, no,
nope,
they were
nope.
worse. They were
No, no,
worse.
no. They were worse than last season. They did finish they did finish at the exact same place at the exact same place as last season, but not good enough for them. And
Yeah.
going into next season, bro, obviously both Alonso and Lance Stroll have signed new contracts, but for Alonso, I think I'll give him to, if not next year, 2026, and then he'll probably retire, I
Yeah,
think.
he's gonna stay till the
Um,
new regs come in.
as for Lance Stroll, I mean,
We all know the
he's
reason he's there.
I mean,
We all know the
we
reason.
all know the reason he's there, but honestly, bro, I would give Drugovic a chance. Honestly,
Well, me too. I mean, I agree with you 100% on that, but his daddy's there.
yeah, exactly. But listen, they have Adrian Newey
I, we
at the
thought we
team.
thought and we thought Stroll was gonna retire this year to go pursue a career in tennis.
Yeah, but not gonna happen, bro.
Nah.
Not gonna happen. Bro, at least they have Adrian Newey to look forward to. At least but obviously it's not gonna be a one. He's not gonna be the only guy who's gonna be steering the ship. It's gonna be a collaborative effort. Let's hope
But
he
he's their
gets.
best piece of news this season.
No, obviously it's the highlight.
That's their
It's the
highlight
team's
this year.
highlight news. So for that, bro, rating 4. I'll give them a 4.
I agree. A 4. I
A
agree.
4. I'd give them a 4. The
Yeah.
only reason why I'm not giving the only reason why I'm not giving him lower than a 4 is because they finished in the top 5. That's it.
That's one reason. Two, Alonso finished a couple races in the top 10, and for the simple reason that they hired Adrian Newey.
Yeah, definitely. So at least something to look forward to for next season, but not good enough. No, nowhere near good enough from last season for Aston Martin. And let's hope they really hit some
We'll see.
consistency
We'll see
from
what
next season.
if Adrian Newey can work his magic again.
Yeah, definitely. Ferrari. Now with Ferrari, we did say we did say at the start of the season that they were going to have a strong season. We also said that they were going to learn that we were hoping that they were going to learn from their mistakes from the previous season. We also said that the team was were going to get the best for both drivers, and that's exactly what they did, bro. Ferrari not only finished second, they finished ahead of Red Bull, but they were also like a couple of like during the last leg of the season, they were in contention for the constructors title, but
Absolutely.
they fell just slightly short
Ferrari came
for
late to the
them.
party.
They came late to the party, but listen, bro, you can have no complaints for this season because
Absolutely.
both
Even though,
Yeah,
sorry, keep going. Sorry, keep
no,
going.
sorry, but you can have no complaints, bro, because both Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc got race wins. And
Very and
very fitting.
very memorable race wins as well.
Yeah, very memorable race wins as well. And you also finished with both drivers also finishing in the top 5. Charles Leclerc finishing in third with 356 points, and Carlos Sainz finishing in third with 290 points. Now, bro, if Ferrari had found the right form, maybe slightly after Spa or Monza, not after Monza, maybe after Spa, and McLaren would have probably underperformed, I think you would have taken the constructors title, but you just fell a bit short,
Yeah,
and
but
that's
listen.
okay.
Yeah, listen, bro. Could have, would have, should have. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
if my auntie had a dick, she would be my uncle. I don't go with that. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't go with that. I don't go with that. But listen, no,
My
but it's
God.
true. No, but it's true. It's true.
No, no, no. I have nothing to say with that. Please keep on going.
Listen, even though I did
Sorry.
bash no trip, even though I did bash Ferrari quite a bit throughout the season, from the last race of the season when we did the Abu Dhabi one, I even told you, I was like, you know what, bro, I was too harsh on Ferrari.
You were very
And
harsh, bro. You
looking
shouldn't
back
be.
now, I really regret that I was that harsh because listen, Charles Leclerc finally got his first win in his hometown in Monaco, which was memorable.
It was a long time coming as well.
The Red Bull, after years of hard luck for him in
Yeah.
Monaco, the memorable 1-2 we got in Australia by Max Verstappen retiring, especially after Carlos Sainz coming back from appendix.
Mhm. Yeah.
The 1-2 in Austin, the race win in Monza for Charles Leclerc, memorable wins.
Yeah.
And yes, even though we came late to the party, I mean, but still a strong second. And we weren't far off McLaren. Weren't
Yeah.
far off McLaren. It was one of our strong seasons, a great season. A big thank you to Carlos Sainz. Big thank you to
Yeah.
Carlos Sainz. And I
He's
believe
gonna be a miss. He's gonna be a miss, Carlos
the
Sainz.
tipping point of why we didn't really. I mean, we competed for the constructors'
Yeah. Yeah.
title,
Definitely.
but
Definitely.
I think the turning point of us not winning the constructors' championship is that accident in Azerbaijan between Sainz and Perez.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree.
That cost the team, for
Clearly.
me, a proper shot at the constructors, because I even told you that McLaren, for me, they won the constructors championship, done and
Yeah.
dusted. But
Yeah.
it's a strong season. It was a great season, better than I expected. I mean, even though I did predict second, but it was great. It was a great season, memorable wins, and if I have to give a rating, I'm gonna go with a
Nine. 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 I'll give him a nine.
I'm gonna go, exactly. I was gonna give him a 9 out of 10 as well.
I'll give them a nine. And listen, I think you have a future. I think Fred Vass. You have an optimistic future
Yes.
under Fred Vasseur, basically,
Listen, he's
because
been a beacon of light for us
he's been
since
a beacon of
Binotto,
light. Yeah.
which we needed, which the
No,
team
listen,
needed.
it's a big upgrade over Mattia Binotto, definitely. I mean,
With all due respect to the with all due respect to the guy who looks like Harry Potter, but
yeah.
we need, yeah, but listen, yeah, looks like Harry Potter, but couldn't cast a fucking spell to
No, he
save his
couldn't. He
life.
couldn't cast a spell, and I think with Fred Vasseur, he's a likable dude as well. I
Absolutely,
mean,
absolutely,
the
bro,
guy has like some sort of a weird charm to him,
absolutely,
about him. But no, I mean, I'm looking back. I'm giving my thoughts on Ferrari. Fantastic season for them. I think Leclerc finally found some consistency for the season. He got
yes,
that long-awaited race win in Monaco. He won his second race in Monza. I mean, obviously, a Ferrari winning in Monza is always a special feeling for everyone.
absolutely.
In fact, I mean, it's a shame you missed out on that episode, bro, because
Yeah,
you
bro,
were abroad during
I
that
was in
period.
Cyprus. I was in Cyprus that time.
Yeah, you were in
I was in
Cyprus, but
Cyprus.
that was a fantastic win for your team. I remember watching that race, and it was a well-deserved win, and obviously especially feeling for them. But yeah, I think the one thing that Ferrari can remember of is that they tipped off Red Bull from the constructors
Yeah,
crown. There were several races.
which I thought was impossible.
No, it obviously it was
Which I thought
impossible,
it was
but
impossible, but thanks to Perez,
yeah.
it was
Versus Blunder. But listen, but I think both Leclerc and Sainz were consistent
absolutely.
throughout the entire season, and even Carlos Sainz. I mean, let's not forget that Sainz had to do an appendix operation during the second race of the season. They had Oliver Behrman coming in as a super sub, and which he performed brilliantly in his only race. But then after that, Sainz, for me, there were a couple of races that he was the better driver out of Leclerc. out of Leclerc, and
There
I
were
think
some
he's gonna
races where
be,
Sainz was better, and there were some races that Leclerc was better. They were
and
pretty
he's gonna,
balanced.
and he's gonna be missed. He's gonna be
Yeah,
missed
he will. He is.
at Ferrari, absolutely.
He's going to be very
Um,
missed, but I am looking forward to see Hamilton and Ferrari
yeah, I
again
mean,
next
obviously
year.
next season you got Hamilton coming in, bro. I
I'm
mean,
very excited.
it's
I'm very, very excited to see that.
that's like the best move in the entire sport for a very long while.
Listen,
Definitely, I mean,
listen. If even someone like Fabrizio Romano can cover it, which he
yeah,
did cover it, by the
he
way,
actually did. He actually did cover it.
he covered it. If someone like Fabrizio Romano, the best football journalist there is right now, if someone like him
Yeah,
can cover it, then that's where you know that it's that big of a move.
yeah,
And even
definitely.
and it's one of the three biggest moves in sports in general. I mean, you have Hamilton moving to Ferrari, you have Marc Marquez in MotoGP moving to Ducati.
To Ducati, yeah, that's actually a big move for them, for
That's
him.
actually a big move in the world of
Yeah,
MotoGP. And we had Kylian Mbappe from PSG going to Real Madrid.
yeah,
So that's one of the three with Hamilton moving to Ferrari. I'm very excited to see it. We'll see how it goes.
yeah,
In terms of Carlos Sainz, I love Carlos Sainz, the
yeah.
smooth operator himself.
Everyone loves him, bro. I mean,
And he's such an educated person. I love him. He's so educated. He's well
huge
rounded.
respect,
He's well put.
huge respect.
Absolutely. And I wish Carlos Sainz all the best at
Yeah,
Williams. Absolutely, I
it's
wish
not
him
going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, yeah, for him.
at all, at
It's
all.
not going to be easy for him, but
Especially with the season they had.
no, absolutely. But also with Ferrari, bro, what I noticed as well is their pit stop strategies improved significantly over the last few seasons as well. Yes,
They
they did
started from
have,
last season
yeah, they
when
started
Fred
from last
Vasseur
season.
came in.
They obviously they did have that they did have that occasional blunder with their strategies, but then
Yeah,
again, every single team
every team does
has
that.
those blunders. But very little complaints for Ferrari, bro.
Absolutely.
They have a fantastic season. The fact that both drivers got a few race wins as well was a is a big boost for
Yeah.
them. And obviously 2025, they're expecting Ferrari to do a title charge. To be completely honest, I mean
But
both of the
listen.
constructors and even the drivers.
That's the expectation of Ferrari
It's
every year.
expectations.
It's the expectation of Ferrari to fight for both the drivers and constructors
But I
championship.
think next year is you have a golden opportunity next
It
season.
has to be. It has to
It
be.
has to be.
But there's going to be some stiff competition, as per usual.
No, there will be, but I think you won't have a better chance than next season, in my opinion. I think, especially with Hamilton coming into the team, with Red Bull's recent slump in form,
I don't
I
know
think
about that.
we wait and see, bro.
We'll have to
Anything
wait
can
and see.
happen.
We'll have to wait and see. I don't know, but
Wait
we'll
and
have to
see.
wait and see.
Yeah, that's Ferrari, bro.
Nine out of 10.
We're gonna give them a 9 out of 10. Very well deserved.
Yes.
Oh boy, Haas is up next. And this is the point, guys, where we have our first blunder
Yeah.
because we gave Haas no chance during the start of the season. Obviously Gunther Steiner leaving very early on in the year. Ayo Kamatsu basically a nobody coming into the team as race principal for the team. They were brutally honest at the start of the season that they said they were gonna be the slowest car on the grid, but they fooled
How?
they
Yeah.
fooled everyone, including us, and they actually finished in seventh place at the end of the season,
And they
which
had
based on that, it's good. It's a strong result
absolutely.
for them.
And even though, and as much, they had some great performances.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming
They
from
had
Nico
some.
Hulkenberg
They had some great
specifically.
performance both in quali and in the races.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
Hulkenberg, multiple Q3 appearances throughout the year. I mean, obviously, his form in qualifying speaks
Ayao
for
Kamatsu,
itself.
bro. Ayao Kamatsu hit us with the sandbag treatment.
No, absolutely.
He hit us
No.
with the
I
sandbag
agree. I
treatment.
agree.
And all throughout, and even at the beginning of the season, I did say it. Haas are quietly going about their business.
Yeah,
The pressure, the spotlight of that there's no longer Gunther Steiner is off them. They don't have that pressure.
no,
And that
absolutely.
really benefited them a lot. They were quietly going about their
Go
business
about their
through the whole
business.
season. Going about their business through the whole season, and look how much it benefited them.
Yeah,
They had some great performances throughout the season, and it's a huge blunder for us. Just like you said, Ayao Kamatsu fooled not only us but everyone.
and fair play. Listen, fair play as well. And Hulkenberg only missed out on for 10th place by just a single point. So we also, yes, we got our prediction right that Madison and Hulkenberg finish in the where we're going to be finishing in the bottom half of the season. But listen, based on that, Madison finished in 15th with 16 points. But listen, based on their on the team's comments during the first cup before the first race of the season, considering they finished in 7th place, strong result for them.
Absolutely strong.
Yes, they finished behind Alpine
But listen,
at
they
the end,
the only reason they
but
finished
yeah.
behind Alpine was of Alpine's freak result in Brazil.
Yeah, the freak result in Brazil as well. But also considering last season, I think getting rid of Gunter Steiner was the right call. As much as Gunter has as many fans around the world, it was the right call. And listen, heading to next season, completely completely fresh lineup for next season because both Magnussen and Hulkenberg have left the team. Hulkenberg is going to Sauber, and Magnussen is heading in. I believe he's heading to DTM. But I think Nico Hulkenberg is going to be a big loss for
Absolutely.
Haas because I think most of their strong results have come under his belt. The Q3 appearances, the top 10 the top 10 finishes during some races. Strong season for Haas. I think second season. Listen, expecting hopefully more of the same for Haas for the second season, but
I believe it's going to be a bit more difficult for Haas next season.
I think it's going to be a bit more. I think it's going to be a bit more challenging for them. Completely fresh lineup, as I said, and I think these bottom half teams, they do have that second season syndrome. They do have that second season syndrome sort of season
Yeah,
for the following one after. Um, so yeah, that's us. We got our predictions absolutely horribly, but
absolutely.
they fooled us. Out of 10,
I'm gonna give
I
them.
would
I'm
give them an
between.
8.
I was between a 7 and an 8.
7.5. I would give them a 7.5.
7.5. Let's go 7.5.
I think it's a
Because
fair. I
even
think
though
it's a
they
fair
had a strong
result.
season, they still
Yeah,
just finished behind Alpine. So I'm gonna give
yeah.
them a
They just fell
7.5.
short.
Same
They
as
just fell
Alpine.
short. They just fell a little bit
Because listen,
short.
if they finish sixth, I would give him an 8 easily.
Yeah, definitely. No, but I think a 7.5 is a generous rating for
Yeah,
us. So
it's good. It's good.
that's us. McLaren. What a season! What a
Bro,
season! I said, listen, I said at the start of the season that I want a great start. I want us to learn from our mistakes from last season. I want both drivers to step up their game, both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. And I also predicted they were going to be finishing in third place. Oh boy, was I wrong! Oh boy, was I wrong because
both of us were wrong.
oh
Both
boy,
of
was
us
I
were
wrong
wrong.
because what a season, man! What a
Absolutely.
season! Obviously, listen, again, Perez opened the door for us, but Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, they stepped up the plate and how so, bro. Not only them, Oscar, Andrea Stella, and Zach Brown leading the team. What a fantastic season, bro! I mean,
Winning
first in the constructors' title, both drivers.
first time since 1998.
Yeah, our first constructors title since 1998 when there was Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard in the team. Both drivers finishing in the top five. Lando Norris in second and Oscar Piastri in fourth. And top of the pile the constructors title with the cursed number of 666 points. Bro, I mean, okay, we did have like some poor performances, not poor performances, more like poor strategic decisions from the team. But listen, when you're in a title charge, you're gonna get those. You're gonna
Listen,
get those
listen,
days.
listen, 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 listen. For me, McLaren have been the team to beat this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially after Miami. After Miami, Lando Norris picking up his first victory.
Yeah,
Especially thanks to him breaking his nose. He got his first win, like Carlos Sainz with his appendix, because
absolutely.
that's how he got his first win. Let's not
Apparently,
forget.
if you want to get a first race, you need to break a body part of your. You need to
Leclerc
break a
said
body
that.
part, but
Leclerc said that, I believe, didn't he?
yeah, he did say that. He actually did say
And
that.
eventually he got his win in Monaco. But McLaren, absolutely brilliant. That car was a fucking rocket all
We were
season
a
long from
beast. We were
Miami.
a beast, bro.
That car was a rocket. That car was a rocket. I was even debating if it's a car on steroids.
Yeah.
I was having debates with myself. But but listen, you were the team to beat all season long.
No,
You were the team to
absolutely.
beat, and I'm very, very happy that you've won the Constructors' Championship because I believe a
We
team like you
deserved it.
should be up there along with teams like Ferrari and Mercedes. But you've had a great season. Lando Norris has been great. Piastri has been great.
Both
But
drivers have been fantastic.
absolutely, but I believe that the couple mistakes that you had, Norris could have had a proper, not a
A
proper,
proper fight, I think. You could,
a more of,
if
more of a proper fight for Max Verstappen in the title.
yeah, and listen, getting
And
to
I
Lando,
believe,
yeah,
and I believe, going into next season, that's going to be the target. That's going to be the target for both Norris and McLaren.
yeah. And continue on your point, bro. Next season, our main objective is for either Lando. Obviously, Lando's going to be the main focus, but for both drivers to get a good shot for the drivers' title, basically. Because Lando, not because for Lando, yes, he got a couple of he got his first wins in the back finally. I mean that Miami win so special for him, but he still lacks a little bit of maturity yet to become that world
Yeah,
championship that driver
yeah.
that is
He
of a
still,
world
he still,
championship
he has,
caliber.
he still has a bit of a long way to go still.
He still needs to improve on those aspects. But listen, based on this season, he can have no complaints. Because his race wins were deserved race wins at the end of the day because he drove superbly, and even Oscar Piastri. I mean, this is the most exciting lineup and the most consistent driver lineup we've had in a very very long while, and it is fantastic to see as well. And like you said, bro, we were the team to beat. I mean, from Miami onwards, we were just unstoppable. We were just unstoppable for most weekends.
Considering where you started last year
Yeah,
in
on
Bahrain,
yeah,
plumb last,
what
to
a
now,
recovery!
to now,
Insane glow up, bro.
chapeau, chapeau. Honestly,
Insane glow
chapeau.
up.
So therefore, if I have to give a rating, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no 10. Yeah, I was tethering
For me,
between
it's a 10 out of 10.
a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. But listen, I mean
I'm gonna go for a 10.
that first constructor's title is a 10 out of 10
Considering,
for me.
considering for considering where you started last year to this year,
Yeah.
and you were the team to beat, and the car that your team have built, tens across the board.
And the only thing I can say, bro, is that because listen, the media were hyping Lando that
The
he was
British media, especially.
the British media, obviously, because the British media is the British media. They hype
Listen,
things.
here in Malta is no different with
Yeah,
Maltese, with the Maltese
yeah, with
players.
these people. But listen, with the English media, they hype things like it's absolutely nothing, basically. So
Take football,
um,
for example.
would take for example. But listen, as much as the media were hyping Lando for the drivers' championship, he stood no chance. Let's be honest, he
He
stood no
doesn't have
chance.
that. He doesn't have that it yet.
Yeah, the fact that he's still lacking some aspects some aspects in his caliber, such as, for example, the fact that that some of his strategic calls in his pit stops have been quite poor. The fact that his race strategy and management of his tires um, isn't on par with the likes of Verstappen or Alonso, for example, but he has made a big step for this season.
And
Him and
all
Oscar
start
Piastri.
and all started by him breaking his nose.
Yes, breaking his nose, absolutely.
not by
And
him breaking his nose.
listen, let's not forget Andrea Stella and Zach Brown as well, especially
Huge
especially
shout out to
Andreas,
them, yeah.
especially Andrea Stella, because because despite missing out on Adrian Newey, we don't need Adrian Newey to build a rocket ship of a car because we have him at the helm, and the team at Woking, they did a mega effort, bro, throughout this entire
Absolutely,
season. Because
absolutely.
listen, for us to win the drive to win the constructors alone is a 10 out of 10, and
Yeah.
is deservedly so. For
To me,
next
it's a 10.
and for next season, listen, more of the same. Let's hope we make it back to back constructor titles for the team, and let's hope that Lando Norris gets a proper shout out for the drivers' championship.
That's the target for him next year.
And that's the main target for him next year. And I'm expecting the same also for Oscar Piastri, because we have a second fantastic driver in the team, and that Jan Gozzi, my God, he's talented, bro.
He's quick. He's quick, bro.
Quick.
He's quick.
He's quick. He's quick. He's a no nonsense driver. He really reminds me of someone like Niki Lauda, for example, or Alain Prost with how he conducts himself throughout the entire races. So yeah, McLaren 10 out of 10, unbelievable season for the team from Woking. Next up is Mercedes. We said fourth. They finished fourth. They finished fourth, but
bro,
yeah.
To me, a team like Mercedes, very disappointing. Even though they got some wins,
I wouldn't say very disappointing. I'm
gonna go disappointing though. I'm gonna go not disappointing and not very. For me, a team like them, they should do a lot better. Even though they got some wins, especially a memorable win for Lewis Hamilton in Silverstone.
Yeah.
Which is another highlight this year. Him in his final race with Mercedes, winning in his home track.
Yeah.
For me, they still underperformed.
Yeah, and even despite having four race wins, it seems to me that they were still they fell behind Red Bull, Ferrari, and McLaren as well, because their car really underperformed in a large number of races. I think even Hamilton in particular, he was complaining non-stop about the car. There were some races that they didn't even get past Q1, especially Hamilton, and even George Russell had some shocks. However, they did get a few race wins, especially from George Russell's side. I think George Russell this season, to be honest, yes, the car underperformed this season, but I think he's starting to show some sort of leadership within the team now that Hamilton has left the team, and he has to now, because obviously Kimi Antonelli's coming in next season. He a rookie, so he needs to take leadership for the team next season. I think, considering his race win at Vegas, he seems he's gonna be having that. But bro, yeah, going back to your point, I wouldn't say it's not a terrible season for Mercedes, because they still got 468 points in the bag. However, I think they should be doing a lot better, considering where McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull finished in the driver's signs. I mean, Russell and Hamilton finished in 6th and 7th, respectively. And for Hamilton, bro, final season for them. We said that Hamilton had nothing to lose throughout the season, because he announced his move to Ferrari at the start of the season, so he had nothing to lose. But I think his highlight is obviously going to be Silverstone winning at home.
Yeah.
That's his 9th win at home, unbelievably
crazy.
So,
hope he gets his 10th with us.
They should have also Russell should have also won at Spa, but unfortunately was disqualified.
Yeah, he was disqualified with I believe a fuel load. It was
underweight.
The car was underweight.
Yeah, that was underweight. But yes, despite those race wins, they had a lot of setbacks in many races as well. I mean, the car was. I mean, there were a couple of races where the car was underperforming massively, bro. Practically really underperforming.
Long story short, the car was a straight up diva.
No, it was, yeah.
It was a straight up diva.
I mean, during the second half of the season, bro, during the last couple of races, I mean, Hamilton was struggling to get past like a Haas or a Williams. I think
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Not great. I mean, for next season, what are you really expecting for Mercedes? I mean, they have to improve, obviously.
To be honest,
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I think more of the same, bro. I think more of the same. I'm expecting more of the same from this season.
Unless they don't have like significant changes to the car during preseason testing, we'll see. But
I'm not expecting much.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm very excited for Antonelli.
Yeah. For that, yes.
Very excited for Kimi Antonelli. He's a rookie. There's something about Antonelli which reminds me of Valentino Rossi. There's something about him. I don't know if it's his resemblance or his hair, but there's something about him, bro, that
Yeah, he
reminds me of
does.
him, and I'm very excited for him. I'm very, very excited. He may not have the charm as him, but that's all right.
I think they need more consistency for next season,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They
I
have to
think
be
they.
more.
I think.
They need to get that consistency up and running because this season, I think this season it was a bit of a stop and go season for them.
Yeah,
Some races where they performed excellently, and then there were other races where they struggled
the
quite a
car was
bit.
a diva.
So out of 10,
I'm gonna go with
hmm,
5.
I was actually gonna give them a 6 because of their race wins. I think 5 is a bit harsh, to be honest.
Oh, let's go with 6. All right, I'll go with 6.
I think 6 is a generous rating
We'll go with 6.
for
We'll go with
them.
6. We'll go with 6.
But they really need to be. They
Yeah.
really need to get. They really need to. They
Are we
really need
gonna?
to be
Are we?
consistent for next
Are we
season.
ever gonna see the Mercedes that we know?
I don't think so, but
Let's see.
we'll see. I mean, listen, 2025. I'm not really expecting a lot of teams to get there
Yeah,
to improve massively. I think
it's from
the
2026
I
onwards.
think 2026 is going to be the turning point for many teams, in my opinion. But so
Yeah.
we'll see for that. My voice is starting to go away, by the way. So I need
Hey,
to
same here,
save
bro.
need to save it up a bit. So Red Bull. Now listen,
Mm.
it's a yes and no season for me. There are positives and there are also negatives for Red
Very,
Bull.
a lot
The
actually.
positives. The positives. Max
Verstappen won another.
Verstappen win his fourth world title. Obviously, um, he is the man who is steering the ship at this moment at this moment in time. He obviously got the most race. He got a lot of race. He's got 9 race wins and 14 podiums.
With with mind you,
With
an
a, throughout.
underperforming car
But the
throughout the
negative,
season.
bro, the car underperformed big time this season. I would say big time, obviously.
I mean, listen, they had a lot of departures this year within
Yeah,
the team. Um, Adrian Newey,
Jonathan Wheatley.
Jordan Weekly. Who else left? I believe someone else left as well.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot that guy's name. He joined our team basically.
Yeah, but there was someone else. There were 3 important key figures that left the team this year at Red Bull.
Yeah,
Since Australia, they've really struggled. The last 1, 2 they got, or at least 2 Red Bulls that finished on the podium, because I was just checking, was both Verstappen and Perez in Japan. That was the last time that they finished on the podium this season. Since then, it was only Verstappen.
I think Spain was the turning point, bro. Because after Spain, Max and Red Bull had a long stretch of not getting.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, Max's podium finishes were enough for him to get the fourth world title.
Not just podium, but even points finishes.
Yeah, the points
The
finishes,
fact
but
that the fact that he finished in the points, that he was finishing in the points, for him was enough, and that
yeah,
shows what a great driver he is. And of course, let's not forget one of the best ever wins that I've ever seen in my life. And
Interlagos.
I'm not even exaggerating.
No, I
That
agree.
drive, that drive that we've seen at Interlagos,
Yeah,
to me, Verstappen, we've already considered him as one of the greats.
that
That
cemented him.
that solidifies his position as one of the greats with that drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
To start from where? 17th, 11th,
17th.
17th place in the
Almost
rain
in the
at
back of the grid.
Interlagos. That is an Ayrton Senna-esque performance, bro.
Yeah, it is. It
That
is.
was an, and if
And
we
it's
had to,
deserved.
absolutely deserved, 100%. For me, it was Max Verstappen racing this year, not Red Bull racing.
And I think next season, bro, it's gonna be even tougher for Max because
Yeah.
obviously, a new second driver accompanying the team, they won't have the likes of Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley at the team. So I think Red Bull are going to. I think they're going to struggle next season. I think. Um,
I don't think Max Verstappen is going to win the title next year.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
If he does,
It's
if
if
he
he
does,
does. No.
if, and that's a really big
Yeah.
if best F1 driver of all time. There, I said it.
Not best. So no, come on, bro. No,
If
come on now.
if he wins it next year, bro, with everything that has
You're
happened,
rushing. You're no. You're
I'm
rushing.
saying it right now. Best F1 driver of all time, and I'm
Listen,
not even exaggerating.
listen. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save this.
I'm saying this.
and we're gonna
Save it.
come.
Clip this. Clip this.
We're gonna clip this. We're gonna clip this, and we're gonna come back in a year's time. We're gonna be doing our 2025 predictions. I'm gonna see if you were right or wrong.
I'm saying if. I'm saying if.
Yeah,
If he
we
wins,
will.
I don't know. But to me, but apart from that, listen, his at Interlagos solidified his position as
No,
one of the
absolutely.
greats.
That for me is where the
But
fourth. That for me is where the world championship was decided, in my
was
opinion. That for
secured.
me, Lando had no chance after that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
He never had the chance, to be fair. But
But
no,
apart from that, it was Max Verstappen racing this year.
yeah, it
Red Bull
was. It
really
was.
struggled. Even the car, it really underperformed. Hence why Ferrari and McLaren finished above them
All thanks to Perez as well, because he opened the door
as
for
well.
both teams to have a shot for the constructors. But no, I think Red Bull, if I would review their season in a nutshell, it's a mix of both. I think the fact is that yes, Max won his fourth world title, but at the same time, their their streak of winning of being the top of getting the top spot of the constructors title is now gone. So they not only lost first place, but they finished in third as well. So that's gonna stink for Red Bull. I think next season, I think it's going to be an even challenge. It's going to be an even more
It's
challenging
gonna be
season.
harder.
It's going to
I
be an
think
even
it's
more
gonna be
challenging
harder.
season. So
We'll see how Liam Lawson goes as well,
yeah, we'll have to see that as
even though we
well,
just
how
mentioned
it
him.
goes.
But it's
But
gonna be a bit of a struggle.
yeah,
I
but
think
I
so too.
think, but just to wrap up on Red Bull, I think the fact that they got a fair amount of race wins, I think it's enough for them. Listen, I think it's enough for them.
Absolutely. But it's all thanks to Max Verstappen,
Yeah,
bro.
it all takes up because he really was really the captain of the ship throughout the season, and not Sergio Perez, because Perez was like pissing down the bed throughout the entire season, pretty much, and that really was a consequence for them of finishing third place in the constructors. So out of 10,
Complex to me, yeah. I don't know what to
yeah,
give them honestly.
maybe a
I'm
7. It's hard. It's very hard, actually.
I'm gonna go 6.5.
No, I would give them a 7. I would give them a 7 because Max won the world
Listen,
title. But
listen. If we're gonna rate Max Verstappen only, I'd give him a 10 straight up.
no, if same here. But I think 6 is harsh, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. 6.5.
No, you can stick with your 6.5 rating. I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna go.
7.
I'm gonna go 6.5.
I'm gonna say 7 for the simple reason that Max won his fourth world title. But the other downside to it is that they underperformed massively this season. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's Red Bull. The sister team, Racing Bulls. Now, with Racing Bulls, it was hard to predict because it was like a completely fresh. It was completely straight. It was completely built from scratch, bro. New name, new.
And we were all against it when it was
No,
first announced.
we were all against it. Yes, new name, new livery, new team principal, Lauren Meckier replacing Franz Tost. Obviously Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo take it be the main two drivers for the season. And it was hard to predict, bro. We said that they were going to be challenging Aston Martin, which we didn't got that right,
Nowhere
and
near.
which they were nowhere near challenging Aston Martin, and we also got our prediction wrong. We said they were going to be finishing in 6. They finished in 8
Eighth.
with 46 points. Poor, poor,
Absolutely.
poor,
But
poor
listen,
from them.
seeing I don't expect at the end of the day, I don't think we should expect Red Bull, sorry, the Red Bull sister team challenging more than the midfield. They should be in the midfield.
They
But
should be in the midfield, bro.
in the top contention spots, I don't think they should ever be there. And I don't think they're meant to be there. Because they don't want to hurt their sister team Red Bull. They don't want to
Yeah,
hurt that. So the most they could hope for is finish in the top of the midfield, which they didn't even have a sniff.
yeah.
Who finished at the top of the midfield? It's Mercedes for me.
I wouldn't count Mercedes as the top of the midfield. I think it's I think Aston Martin is where the midfield starts, in my opinion. Because Mercedes, I think they are in that Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull mix, in my opinion. So Aston Martin are the top midfield team for that.
But I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, they got some points finishes. They had
They
some
lost.
nice liveries throughout the season.
Yeah, yeah, I think what Racing Bulls can get away from the season is deliveries. They were
Yeah.
absolutely stunning, all of them. I think, in my opinion. Um, Yuki Tsunoda had a strong first half of the season. He got himself into the top 10, into the latter top 10 places during the first few races of the season. I remember in Suzuka, he had a really strong race in Suzuka. I believe he finished in seventh.
Yeah.
But poor season for them as well. Also, the fact they lost, they had to make a change after Singapore, replacing they had to
Danny Rick.
replacing Danny Rick for Liam Lawson, and it was the right call in my opinion because Danny Rick had a very poor season. He was consistently off the pace
Yeah.
compared to Yuki.
And that probably why they finished where they finished.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So poor season for Racing Bulls. If I would give them a rating, it would probably be
A
ooh,
4?
a four, maybe. Yeah,
A
I think
4?
I think a four. I wouldn't say three because at least
Nah, a 4.
they
4.
because of deliveries and the fact that they did have a strong some top 10 finishes in some races during the first half. So yeah, 4 out of 10 for Racing Bulls.
Ah.
Expect a lot better come into next season. All right, guys. Final two teams. We're gonna get through these very quick because our voices are pretty much
Yeah.
going away at this point.
I mean, the next team, I don't think we have much to say, really.
Yeah, Sauber. Listen, both of us have predicted that we weren't too optimistic about Sauber coming into this season. We also said that they were going to be having a transition this season because all eyes are going to be on 2026, and we were spot on, bro. No, we did got our prediction wrong, however, because we said that they were going to be finishing in ninth, and they finished dead last with 4
Yeah.
points. And
The, no,
yeah, so
go,
so
go,
so,
no,
so
no,
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 no, no,
go,
no,
go,
go
no,
ahead.
no, go.
Okay, no, because
Go.
we said, and we also obviously that is where our shots came into play, basically, because we said that Sauber had a good chance of finishing the season without scoring a single point, but they actually did finish with 4 points, thanks to Zhou Guanyu's the top 10 finish, I believe, in Las Vegas. Am I or no, Saudi Arabia
Saudi
actually.
Arabia.
Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, in Jeddah, and Saudi Arabia.
No, 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 no. In Qatar.
In
Was
Qatar,
it
yeah, yeah,
Qatar?
Qatar,
It
yes,
was.
absolutely.
It was Qatar.
Um,
Yes, it was
yeah, yeah,
Qatar.
yeah, in Qatar. Bro, not surprised not too surprised that Sauber struggled during the season, but at least
They
they
got
have
2 points.
they got a few points, and they have at least the leadership changes to look forward to for next season
Yeah.
with Mattia Binotto and Jonathan Wheatley coming into play. Your thoughts, bro?
I mean, listen. There's not much to say. The highlight for them is the season was to win a race. Pardon me.
Not win a race,
They're, they're,
not win a
they're,
race.
sorry, not win a race. They finished in the points. Sorry,
Yeah, finishing the
they
points.
finished in the points. That's their highlights for them this year. Of course, just like we've already mentioned multiple times throughout the year, they're really thinking of getting that Audi sponsorship going. Highlight for us though is thanks to them finishing in the points,
Yeah,
you got to do your shots.
yeah, we have to take the shot. So at least there's a silver lining to that.
I was originally, yeah, I was gonna give them a 1 out of 10.
I think a two. I think I'll give them a two for
But
this. I think.
since they got points and they may do good have shots, I'm
Yeah,
gonna give
two.
them a 2.
A 2 out of 10. Yeah. And even both Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri Bottas have left the team for next season. So 2025 is going to be a fresh lineup with Gabriel Bortoleto and Nico Hülkenberg. They got two really top talented drivers at the helm. So yeah, for this season, one to forget, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was clear to see that they struggled. They struggled all season. It was the slowest car on the grid.
I'm also would also like to mention that at least they had a pretty nice livery.
Yeah, and also delivery was nice. I think
They had a pretty nice livery. We'll give them that. We'll give them
I think
that.
listen, that Ben 10-esque livery, I won't forget about it, absolutely. But other than that, terrible season, bro. 2 out of 10.
Absolutely, 2 out of 10.
Nothing else to say, bro.
The reason they get a 2 from me, I was gonna give them a 1, but the reason that they finished in the points and they made you do
Yeah.
shots, it's a 2.
Yeah, listen, we also said they were going to finish at the bottom half with both drivers, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Poor season
Yeah.
for a terrible season for Sauber. 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
No, nothing to complain about that.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, and certainly not least, oh boy, Williams.
Oh, what a way to end.
What a terrible way to end our predictions, bro. We said seventh, they finished in ninth, and not only that, bro, they had a real they had a their season was rough, bro.
Absolutely.
Multiple driver changes, a shit ton of crashes. I mean, the amount of crashes they had was
They had
fucking
about
wild, bro.
16. They had about 16 crashes throughout the season.
I mean, this was a second this for James Vows. This was a second season syndrome in every
Yeah,
single way, bro.
yeah. Mr. Data himself didn't get
Yeah,
the data right
no,
at
he
all.
didn't. No,
Mr.
he
Data
didn't.
himself.
However, bro, we also said that we were cautious for this season because Williams had a habit of having a good season on one hand and a terrible season on the other, and unfortunately,
And
they
it hit them hard.
they hit it was on the wrong hand. Yeah,
if we,
unfortunately.
if we have to pick a highlight for them, it's between two things: the double overtake Albon did in Canada
Yeah,
and Franco Colapinto.
I think the double overtake is overtake of the season in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That should be.
yeah,
But I don't think that one overtake of the year.
I believe it did, bro.
I don't think it did. I think the Colapinto move on Alonso in Texas won the overtake of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
That one. Let me check.
Go ahead.
It's no, actually, the Albin on Ricardo and Ocon is the overtake of
All
the
right,
year, bro.
all right, all right,
Yeah,
all right, all right.
yeah,
Then I've been misled. I've been led astray by
yeah,
the F1
absolutely.
page. Well, for me, those are the highlights of the season because other than that, 16 crashes, over £1 million of damages in both cars, I believe.
Yeah, it's
That's a
obviously a lot
lot.
of work, a lot of money, and a lot of
That's
work
a
at their headquarters, basically.
that's
Yeah,
a that's a huge setback both for James Vowles, for Alex Albon, and Carlos Sainz now going into that team next season.
yeah,
They have a lot of work to do, Williams. They have a
a
lot of
lot
work
of
to do.
work, a lot of work, and even Alex Albon, bro, because last year the team relied a lot of Alex Albon for Alex Albon to perform for the team, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for this season. Um,
Yeah,
they also they also fucked up they also made a very poor decision of retaining Logan Sargent for the season, and that turned out to be a very very poor decision because he was axed for Franco Colapinto. And
yeah,
I think Franco Colapinto was one of the very few shining spots for the season
yeah.
because he was consistent
He was. He
ever
was.
since during the first few races. Yes, he did struggle at the end of the season. However, I think if he has opportunities, if the opportunity arises for Franco Lapin to take an F1 seat, he will take that seat
Yeah,
absolutely because
absolutely.
he has a
And they, and
future.
they, and they should consider him. Maybe Red Bull could have considered him.
Yeah, for me, he should have taken that seat and not Liam
If not,
Lawson. But
if not Sonoda,
yeah,
if not Sonoda, even though I believe it should have been Sonoda, if it
yeah,
was Colapinto, I wouldn't mind.
yeah,
I
definitely.
wouldn't mind it
I
because
wouldn't.
Colapinto,
I
with his
wouldn't.
performances in that Williams, he was great. He was
I
great. He did
wouldn't.
the
I
best he could.
wouldn't. Absolutely, I wouldn't.
But
Um,
that didn't happen.
yeah. So overall, Williams,
They get a three
rough.
from me.
A rough season. Actually, I have to agree. I would give them
I
a
give him a
three.
three. To me, it's a three.
I was considering a four because of Albin and Carpenter's occasionally strong performances, but I think their crashes, their decision
Let,
of keeping Logan Sargent
I'm gonna
a
go with
three,
3 point. Actually, I'm gonna change that. 3.5.
a 3.5, yeah,
Let's
a
go with
3.5,
3.5.
and yeah, that's pretty much it on every team's performance during the season. We did our predictions, bro. We also forgot, bro, who was the better driver from all teams.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Um,
Let's start
Alpine,
off
Pierre
Alpine
Gasly.
Gasly. Easy,
Aston
easy.
Martin, Alonso,
Alonso, easy.
easily. Ferrari,
I'm going Leclerc.
I'm saying Sainz.
I'm gonna go Leclerc. I'm sorry.
I'm saying
I'm going
Sainz for
Leclerc.
me.
On the head-to-head, Leclerc was better than
Head to
Sainz.
head. No,
I'm gonna go Leclerc.
I'm going with Sainz because I think based on this season, I think he was more consistent throughout
All right.
in most races. Haas, Hulkenberg,
Hulkenberg, yeah, Hulkenberg.
McLaren, Lando Norris. Yeah, fair
Yes,
enough on,
I
on
agree.
that one.
I agree.
Red Bull, Max Verstappen. That's an easy one. That,
Now I'm going with Perez.
Stop taking the piss, man. Stop taking the fucking piss, man.
Verstappen.
Verstappen for Red
Easily.
Bull.
That's no
Racing
contest.
Bulls, Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, easy.
Sauber. No, we actually forgot someone else.
Mercedes.
Oh yeah, Mercedes.
bro.
No, what Mercedes?
George Russell.
Forgot Mercedes. Yeah, George Russell. I
George
agree
Russell.
with that. Sauber.
Zhou Guanyu for scoring points.
Yeah, Zhou Guanyu for scoring points. I would say that. Williams, Alex Albon, easy.
Yeah.
All right, those are predictions, guys. Driver of the year.
Max Verstappen.
No, Lando Norris for me.
Max Verstappen.
For me, it's Lando Norris. The fact that he rose to the occasion and gave a good shot for the drivers' championship this season. For me, that's enough for driver of the year.
That's a valid
Fair
reason
enough.
for you.
Fair enough.
Reason
Fair
for
enough for
me.
you.
Valid reason for me being third best car throughout the year, and he still managed to win a World Drivers' Championship.
No, fair enough. No, it's a fair assessment for you. So you say Max Verstappen. I would say Lando Norris. Loser of the year, Sergio Perez. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. Sergio, my guy, man. He needs to go to Guadalajara, have some nachos and tequila. He needs a bit of a break, bro.
And overtake team of the year, McLaren. No debates.
Easy.
Easy. For that. Overtake of the year, I'm gonna have to stick with your opinion, bro, and say Alex Albon.
Definitely. Yeah, Alex Albon. That overtake in Canada was crazy, bro.
Definitely. Absolutely.
News of the year. No, news of the year.
Hamilton news of the year. Hamilton to Ferrari. Yeah, I mean
that's easy.
On our first episode as well.
Yeah, that's the first one. The second close would be Newey to Aston Martin, but Hamilton is just way big.
Hamilton was a stratospheric piece of news, basically. All right, guys, and that is it. That's the end of the season, and that is the end of the first season of the Pit Stop Lounge. What an experience it has been, guys.
Absolutely.
Our first podcast as well, so it's been something that we're gonna be saying our memories for a very long time.
Bro, I would like to say thank you to you. Yeah, I would like to tell you thank you for choosing me having me on this podcast. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thanks to you as well for being my assistant as well.
I remember you telling me. Yeah, I was out for a walk. You called me telling me, bro, I'm thinking of doing the podcast. You want to join in? I was like, yes, I'm down for it.
Obviously, yeah.
And for first season done and dusted, it's been fun. There were some episodes where I couldn't come, unfortunately. But when I did, it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. So, bro, thank you very much for having me. I truly appreciate it.
I appreciate you as well, bro, for joining me throughout most of these episodes.
Thank you.
And let's hope that we have more of the same for 2025, guys. I'm excited. Obviously, guys, just like the drivers, we're going to be having a well-deserved break. We're going to be coming back strong around February or March, just before the season gets underway. We're going to be doing our predictions. We're going to be doing our preseason predictions just before the start of the season. And who knows, you might get a few special guests as well coming for the next season, but that's all going to be all for next season. And guys, now,
I would love that, bro.
All we want from you is to tell us what would you like to see for the second season of the Pit Stop Lounge, and also any advice on how we can improve this podcast as well, which we
always open. We're always open to advice.
We're always open for always honest answers and advice, guys. So let us know, please. Obviously, let us know your thoughts on how we can make this podcast better, and even getting some of our guests as well. This one is very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
For that, guys, we're gonna sign off for 2024.
Thank you very much. We wish all of you a happy new year.
Yeah.
Full of wealth, love, guys. And joy.
Yeah, and we'll see you in 2 months' time for 2025.
I'm excited for 2025, bro.
Same here.
I'm excited.
Same here.
Very excited.
Same here. Let's hope for the best. Take care, guys. And Happy New Year.
One love.